Hi, my name is Bear, and let's start with Hitman Absolution. Betrayed by the agency and hunted by the police, you find yourself pursuing redemption in a corrupt and twisted world. Players around the globe are saying that this is one of the best, or maybe even the best Hitman game. It has a kinda predictable story, but it doesn't really matter. The gameplay and your approach to missions makes all the difference. Will you disguise yourself as a policeman, crazy convict, butcher, or a doctor of ding-dongs? You never know until you play. This game kinda teaches us that other people will always judge you by your clothes, and if you're not agreeing with me, come on, dress like a clown for your next job interview, or like a priest and try to get a job in the kindergarten.
Challenge accepted.
Anyway, this is a great game, and I think that if you have never played anything from the Hitman franchise, this is a great game to start. Friends vs. Friends. Despite the childish looks, the game offers immensely fun gameplay. Friends vs. Friends is an online PvP shooter that combines combat and deck building. Honestly, really unique and fun combination. It's like you and your mother-in-law, or cucumbers with honey. Sounds weird, but it's really delicious. So here you'll have to choose your character, customize your card-based loadout, and get ready for the fights of your life. Or more like for the fights of your death, because the game is filled with great players and with balding dudes still living in their parents' basement. Never underestimate their power. You can play 1 vs 1 or 2 vs 2. Gain levels, get new cards, improve the ones you already have, and get to know an array of eclectic characters with their own unique passive skills. People are saying that this is a great fast-paced game, but it will infuriate you way more than you expect. Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition. This is a slightly better version of classic Age of Empires 2, but in general it's the same old game. If you played Age of Empires a long time ago, you'll probably notice nothing new except the graphics, and those are really nice. You can even zoom a little. Actually, a lot of stuff is updated, like farms receding automatically, more aggressive AI, slightly better pathfinding, and a bit of rebalanced technologies and units. Also, 4 new civilizations are included: Bulgarians, Cumans, Tatars, and finally Lithuanians, who were one of the most powerful nations in Europe in the Middle Ages. Also keep in mind that if you make a game with 4 other AI opponents with a population of 200, you better borrow that supercomputer from NASA, because otherwise you will learn what an astronomical lag means. Anyway, if you are feeling nostalgic, the price is great, just do it. Enter the Gungeon. This is a bullet hell dungeon crawler following a band of misfits seeking to shoot, loot, dodge roll, and table flip their way by reaching the legendary treasure, the gun that can kill the past. Imagine if you had one. You could kill your stupid decision to become whatever you are right now and become a doctor of ding-dongs instead. Be famous, have many fans. It's not too late, you can still change everything. Anyway, you'll select your hero or team up in co-op and battle your way to the bottom of the Gungeon, surviving a challenging and evolving series of levels filled with the dangerously adorable bosses. The score is overwhelmingly positive, so you can't go wrong with this one. Halo Wars Definitive Edition. Title includes improved graphics, new achievements, and all the DLCs from the original game. Here you can experience the campaign or compete in online multiplayer battles. It is a surprisingly solid traditional base building RTS. Game has 91% of positive review score on Steam. It's hard to ignore this number. It may not be a masterpiece, but it's definitely one of the best RTS games out there. The downside is that almost nobody is playing online anymore. You have to have a friend to test your might in PvP matches, or a mother-in-law. Also, I have to stress out that the game is oriented for those who know what Halo is, but the knowledge is not necessary to play. The Falconeer. This story-rich action RPG game was created by one man. Sometimes it's really hard to believe how talented some of us are. On Steam there are hundreds of games created by dudes who can code but have no idea what design or good writing is. Steam is becoming a trash container where I have to dig through the garbage to find really good games like the Falconeer for you. And I can assure you that this game is underrated. It has less than 200 reviews on Steam, with the result being very positive. So here you take on the role of Falconeer, a powerful warrior traversing a vast oceanic world torn apart by generations of poisonous decisions and dissent. Throughout multiple campaigns, you will experience life from many different perspectives and loyalties as you embark on a journey of discovery and solve the biggest mystery. Most people on Steam are talking that they had a lot of fun with this game, and a recent update made it possible to play it in VR mode as well. So if you have no problems with seasickness, this may be a great choice for you. Torchlight 2. People on Steam are saying that this game is highly addictive and can fast-forward your life rather quickly. Some people say that this is a spiritual brother of Diablo 2, but I can't agree with that. It's too cartoony, the models and color palette reminds me of World of Warcraft instead. Although I played World of Warcraft for several years, I still have the best memories. I think I will get back to it. That is when I'm old, some 25 years from now. Anyway, Torchlight 2 is great, very complex and fun, and if you are cool with this colorful Disney princess visual style, it may be one of the best action RPG games you have ever played. You know, if you like Diablo or similar games like Grim Dawn or Path of Exile, Torchlight 2 is probably a must-play. Anno 1404 History Edition. So here you'll be time traveling back to the good old medieval days, but without all the smelly stuff. It's really a blessing that we can smell things through our screens. The game is all about building and ruling your very own kingdom, so it's like SimCity on a knight's diet. So get ready to flex those management muscles of yours as you build majestic cities, juggle resources and expand your empire. It's like playing medieval Tetris, except the blocks are buildings and they do not annihilate if you build them in a row. That's a good thing.
So it's not like Tetris.
Oh, shut up. And the best part is diplomacy. Forge alliances with other rulers, negotiate trade deals, and maybe even send a bowl of potato salad to some neighbor. Although, be warned, it is a Ubisoft game, so as always, it is polluted with a Ubisoft launcher that may prevent you from even launching the game.
Verily, believe you me, my good friend, my own eyes beheld some dread-inducing comments upon yon Steam.
So, read them all. Bendy and the Ink Machine. This is a first-person puzzle action horror game that begins in the far days past of animation and ends in the very dark future. You will play as Henry as he revisits the demons of his past by exploring the abandoned animator's workshop. With twists and turns around every corner, this game is sure to thrill you. It will play with your childhood memories and will try to make casual fun things into a horror-ish nightmare. You'll never look at cartoons the same way again. The first chapter sets the tone for the adventure ahead. Solve the riddle, escape the workshop. Above all, fear the machine and survive. Dead Island Definitive Edition. The same developers who made Dying Light created this zombie-infested game as well, and this zombie apocalypse is more beautiful than ever. You will be running from and killing undead in the beautiful tropical island, a wonderful paradise on Earth, and this contrast is really great. Exploring this island is really fun, from the zombie-infested deserted city to secluded beaches and vast highlands. Roam around in order to discover the story behind the zombie outbreak. You can also play in a story-based 4-player co-op mode. Anyway, in Dead Island Definitive Edition you will get the main game and all the DLCs as well. Also graphics are in HD and so on, and the price is more than great. Yes, Your Grace. In this kingdom management RPG, petitioners will arrive in the throne room each turn to ask for your advice and assistance. You will have to decide whether to help them with their problems or to conserve resources for more important matters. Your supplies are limited and not everyone has the kingdom's best interest at heart. You will not be alone in this task. You will hire generals, witches and hunters to aid your kingdom, prepare for battles and make alliances by satisfying the needs of lords and other kings. People on Steam are saying that the game makes you feel like a real king, although it is a bit depressing. You know, many of your choices have grim consequences and you are personally responsible for all of that. Mortal Shell. Here combat is very strategic. You must trust your weapon only when an opportunity opens. You have to calculate your moves and unleash counterblows or perish and meet your doom if you are an impatient one. You will be given some cool abilities like Stone Form, which can be used as a block or to add brutal weight to your own devastating attacks. Also, the RPG element is very strong here. You can get new skills, upgrade old ones, sharpen your blades with acid and of course find different weapons. Your path is guarded by tough adversaries devoted to creepy gods. You will meet many grotesque creatures, but do not let fear halt your journey. Muster your courage and face them down as a true sofa warrior you are. I know that this game will probably infuriate you, but the price is very nice. I would even say that this is the right price for the game. I wouldn't dare to recommend it to you for the full price, but now, you know, why not? Victor Vran. Nobody can deny that a vast array of powerful weapons, game-changing outfits, optional challenges and hidden secrets in this game are very enjoyable. Also here you can dive down on enemies, dodge roll attacks, jump on walls and enjoy entertaining boss fights. Great voice acting and visuals are also in-game, as well as great camera angles and the ability of rotating it. I'm still surprised how many games do not have a camera rotating function even now. What are you hiding? Pineapples in your potato salad?
Blasphemy!
Anyway, Vran is the most metal game I have ever played. Well, asides the Brutal Legend with Jack Black, Vran has an entire DLC dedicated to the Motorhead band. How cool is that?
Spoiler alert.
Very cool.
They aced that DLC, and if you like metal, Vran is the choice for you, no doubt. Endgamers on Steam are praising intuitive controls and fun gameplay. Vran will take about 10 to 20 hours for you to beat it. SpellForce 3 Soul Harvest. This game, just like Fallen God, is a standalone episode of SpellForce 3, meaning that you don't have to own the base game or even know the story very well. Here you are plunged in a war on many fronts. While some evil threatens to tear apart the Dwarven realm, an enigmatic cult of Dark Elves harvests the souls of people for reasons unknown. That is not cool, you have to stop it. You know, souls are like currency you can use to pay the devil for nice things, so all this soul harvesting stuff is like a bank robbery in my eyes. The game itself is a hybrid between RPG and RTS, meaning that you will have your heroes with various options and combinations on a skill tree and can amass your army like in any strategy game as well. The difference from 3rd Warcraft, for example, is that your heroes here are more like actual RPG heroes than just better units with more powerful skills. The story will take about 20 hours of your time, but if you want you can create your own maps as well. Tannenberg. The game brings the massive battles of the Eastern Front and the First World War to life, with 64 players fighting for control of key sectors of the battlefield, each one offering a distinct strategic advantage. Here you'll find authentic atmosphere with accuracy in everything, from maps and weaponry to uniforms. The game has great tactical squad-based FPS, players Romanian, Latvian, Austro-Hungarian, German or Bulgarian. But I have to warn you that if you don't have 64 friends, just forget about those 64 player battles. The last update was a year ago and there's like 30 people online averagely at all time. Still, the price is nice and so is the game. Moonlighter. Here you are a shopkeeper who wants to keep your customers happy by providing them with various goods. You can put items on sale, set their price carefully, manage gold reserves, recruit assistants and upgrade the shop. But be careful though, some shady individuals may want to steal your precious wares. The trickiest part is getting the goods. You have to swim over River Nemunas to Kaliningrad, get contraband and then swim back to European Union to get rich. No, of course I'm kidding. You have to go to ancient passages to different realms and dimensions, fight various enemies and collect items from their dead, cold, maimed bodies. So romantic. Anyway, here the part where you hack, slash and die begins. People on Steam are saying that the game is fun, aesthetically pleasing and relaxing. Yeah, relaxing. So forget about big challenges, it's an easier game in general. But hey, it's nice to have something not Souls-like hardcore from time to time after all. Ryse, Son of Rome. Another game with a ridiculous price tag. Ryse looks like God of War, Shadow of War and Assassin's Creed smashed together, and that is never a bad thing. Here you'll take on a role of a Roman soldier who joins the army to avenge the slaying of your family and then become a hero who must fight to save the Roman Empire itself. Well, we all know that the Roman Empire is no more, so spoilers, you failed, but in the end it doesn't really matter what you did or didn't. All it matters that you had fun by killing hundreds of enemies and did that in satisfying manner. People on Steam are talking that Ryse, Son of Rome is really nice. The game is short, sweet and enjoyable. A very positive review score left by tens of thousands of buyers can confirm that with ease. Transistor. It's made by the same company who made the critically acclaimed games like Bastion and Hades, so the graphic style and gameplay may look familiar to many of you. Transistor is a sci-fi themed action RPG that invites you to wield an extraordinary weapon of unknown origin as you fight through the stunning futuristic city. The weapon is obviously very heavy, or maybe you are just weak. Maybe your mama never gave you potato salad when you were little. What a shame. Anyway, Transistor may not be what you expect it to be if you played Hades. It's not a hack and slash game after all. The combat style reminds me, I don't know, Knights of the Old Republic probably, where you schedule the sequence of moves and then unpause the game to watch the unfolding action. So be sure you like that, but in general it has more than 90% of positive reviews and this price is really nice. Lost in Random. This is a gothic fairy tale inspired action adventure where every citizen's fate is determined by a roll of the dice. That may sound as a very random thing, and believe you me, it is, but around 90% of positive reviews are here for a reason. So you will step into a beautiful and haunted wonderland where you must venture through the 6 twisted realms of random, each with its own maddening set of rules. Help its unpredictable inhabitants, save your sister, well, or mine, I don't mind, and discover a twisted tale in the process. Basically, Basically, if you enjoy Tim Burton's creations, this game may be a real spoon of potato salad for you, because it definitely draws inspiration from Burton's works. The game has an interesting story with motivational moments you can relate to, nice humor but a bit clunky combat, and it's really short. Also, people on Steam are warning players that if you complete a chapter, you can't go back to it ever again, so if you are hunting for achievements, do it in the first try. Command & Conquer Red Alert 3. If somehow you were living under a rock in the bottom of the ocean far away on a distant planet in a parallel universe and avoided Red Alert 3, this is your chance to fill the gap and play one of the best RTS games ever created. Or maybe you have nostalgia and way more powerful machine than in the year of 2008 when you were playing the game for the first time. So now you can enjoy the game in full glory. Also, you can find tons of mods now that improve the gameplay in one way or another. Red Alert 3 has an awesome campaign, still good looking graphics and tons of fun. And now, thank you for watching, and don't forget that in my channel you can find hundreds of videos like that with new ones released almost every day. Have a nice day and I'll see you next time. Bye.